know where your child is right now?
But we do have X-ray 1. I'll let you...
Is he at school learning how to read and write?
That's received. He's crashed into 2 vehicles, junction...
Or is he in a stolen car, learning how to make a left and a right?
He's going left up Alliance.
Like this 14-year-old boy in Hull.
He's recovered himself now.
On the run from the cops in a 150-mile-an-hour Jaguar XJS.
99, he's gone left down the cycle track, narrowly missing a group of pedestrians.
Car weighing a tonne plus, travelling at 80 or 90 mile an hour is a very serious weapon, especially being driven by a juvenile male.
99, yes, is wrong side of the traffic lights, contravening red lights at Walton Street. He's on Landleby Road.
In Hull, in East Yorkshire, someone's 14-year-old is still running amok.
99, wrong side of the lights, still Landleby Road towards the city.
The teenager's stolen the Jag for fun. He doesn't care about putting bystanders' lives in danger.
He's gone right, Brisbane Street.
But a schoolboy driving a 300-horsepower Jag is no joke.
There were pedestrians having to jump out of the way of this lunatic in the vehicle at high speed. And it was obvious that he couldn't control it.
99, he's at Rawlins Way now and he's a left towards the roundabout.
It's too dangerous for traffic cops on the ground to chase the stolen car.
All divisional patrols, please take no further part.
They've been ordered to leave it to Oscar 99, the police helicopter.
Because of the presence of the aircraft, it meant that the pursuing vehicles could then drop back, so there was no pressure on the driver.
The driver doesn't know the police chopper is above him. He's got no fear of being caught and no fear of danger.
99 is on the pavement, across onto St George's, narrowly missing several vehicles. St George's now, general direction Landleby Road. 99 is St George's overtaking vehicles into oncoming traffic and he's approaching Landleby Road junction now. Stand by. 99 is collided with another vehicle, Arthur Street and Walliker Street. 99 is now on the pavement to avoid a GP car and he's up towards Landleby Road on the pavement.
See him driving down a footpath, you realise how much danger the public are in. We've got to get this vehicle stopped. We've got to get the driver arrested.
Patrol has a stinger on board.
The only way will be to puncture his tyres with a stinger before he crashes.
Yes, sir, we received that. If you can keep the airways clear, please, I appreciate your message.
But it's too late.
99, he's crashed at the top of Walton Street on the level crossing.
He's reached the end of the line.
He's on the railway tracks.
And that's not all.
The tracks are down for a train to approach.
We decided that we'd better try and stop the train.
281, we are informing BTP rail track as a matter of urgency.
Obliged, there are vehicles at the scene by looks of it.
So we flew over to the train as it was approaching, and the pilot went down low. My colleague in the rear indicated to the train to stop. The thing that we didn't know is that the Jaguar was leaking fuel all over the place with the engine still running. Yet those two officers still ran out and endangered themselves to save that young lad.
These days, chasing kids in cars is not approved of, even though stolen vehicles or SMVs driven by youngsters are all too common.
He's coming as an SMV on the move. We're looking at a green Nissan Micra
Here in Grimsby, when the schools are out, some kids take up driving in easy-to-nick Nissan Micras.
There's no mobiliser on older models. And at that time, the car of choice for the young twockers was the Nissan Micra.
Registration mark Mike 797.
In a couple of observations messages posted for a Nissan Micra being driven around the estate, possibly a stolen vehicle due to one of its windows being missing.
Cheers, Sarge, thank you.
Let's have a flick round the estate.
Fireblade.
Yeah, what's that doing up this neck of the woods?
A speeding motorbike, a Honda Fireblade, has interrupted their search for the Micra.
Spin it on the old database, mate. It's an old one, isn't it?
I won't go.
Have a vehicle PNC check, please. Cambridge Road, Grimsby, 642 check. I recognise that tattoo on the back of his neck.
PC Wood thinks he knows who the rider is. If he could just get a closer look at his tattoo.
Where's he from?
Lots of letters, aren't they?
Got an out one, is he?
Going for that.
But it's a case of now you see it,
Failed to stop motorcycle.
now you don't.
Male driver, distinct tattoo on the back of his neck, not.
There's no chance of catching the biker.
A Honda Fireblade in white and blue.
Like underage kids in cars, motorbike riders who don't want to stop are also off limits to pursuing traffic cops.
We are really knackered on the pursuit policy. So no, once a motorcycle fails to stop and it indicates it's not going to stop, and that obviously was, by 70 mile an hour in the 30 limit, going for it on the outside, that is it. We're supposed to stop, pull over, stop and pass it out with observations.
On a Fireblade by now, he'd got 4 miles start on us, 8 miles ahead by now. 900cc bike, 130 odd horsepower. Versus 200 horsepower Volvo.
And the one on Durban Road.
A pursuit and nobody at the end of it rankles. It's something you've just got to live with. If you let it rankle too much, you wouldn't be doing this job for too long.
End November, F Foxtrot, U uniform. It's just gone on to Shelley Avenue.
But maybe there's a chance to iron out the rankles. The stolen Nissan Micra has just been seen again.
The driver looks to be underage.
The decision to go after young car thieves or not is down to the inspector in the control room, who has to weigh up all the risks involved.
It was half-term holidays at the time, so we're looking at how many people are out and about on the streets, how the kids playing in the street. The aggravating factors, if the vehicle should fail to stop, how can we bring it to a stop safely and quickly? Go static here, see if it comes past. They've got...
Alpha Tango 28. Alpha Tango 28, are you in a plain car, X1?
We're asked to cover the junction at Milton Road and Sutcliffe Avenue. You can hear by your radio messages whereabouts it's going to go to, if it's going to come in your direction.
Farewell Drive.
It's on the grass towards Winchester Avenue.
She'll lose it on there. She don't know the grass.
Alpha Tango 10 from XY, due to the age of the driver of the car being very, very young. The pursuit is not authorised. The pursuit is not authorised.
Have you out with Stinger? Just on the off chance.
It's very disappointing. It's difficult to say why the comm centre supervisor aborted at that point. The age of the driver is without doubt an aggravating factor that he or she would have been looking at the time. Myself, if I was behind the vehicle and anything was looking dangerous, I'd abort it. The offenders will come another day.
Come across the vehicle again. It's abandoned with runners, Shelley Avenue.
Runners.
All units, Shelley Avenue, runners. Thanks, Driver.
Let's get in.
09, 1IC.
One in custody.
1IC means one person from the abandoned car has been caught. There might be more to catch.
Fail to stop. All
there anyone on
persons
that
are
car,
If they can get there in time. On Shelley Avenue, on the Nunsthorpe estate, it's clear why the Micra's been abandoned. It couldn't go any further. Its schoolboy driver's been on a crash course.
Nice bit of parking. We've got him in custody anyway.
Cops in an unmarked Skoda were able to catch the young joyrider as he tried to run away. He's only 13 and a half.
The ones that we're finding in the vehicles at a young age haven't got a clue how to drive. They've got a clue how to operate the pedals, and they've got a clue how to turn the wheel to steer a car. They haven't got a clue how to drive a car. When he was driving away in the police car, certainly no remorse then, big smile on his face and waving to the crowds, pleased at what he's done. On the second bend, where he's lost control, a lot of understeer, as you do when you're running on metal rims and there's no tyres on them, and straight into the wall.
The ignition's been smashed and hot-wired, evidence the car was stolen.
So when they was talking about the windscreen missing on it, they really meant the rear near side window had been taken out of it to gain access. Looks like it's just been popped out.
The little lad hasn't just been stealing cars.
If this hadn't been reported until we found it on the move, chances are that's not been found, so whoever's had it has obviously been on a mooch round, not only having stolen the vehicle, but stealing stuff from other vehicles using this vehicle.
Somebody's pride and joy into it.
Yes, yes.
As I say, not an unusual thing on this estate. If you look around any of the junctions, you'll see all the skid marks from the SMVs. They steal them elsewhere, bring them onto the estate, a bit of cavorting around on the estate, and then a burnout.
These two was playing on the front there, playing football just a few minutes before. You know, just went inside, and very, very frightening. It's pathetic.
It doesn't shock me that kids this age know how to drive. It's the fact that they know how to drive. They're not afraid of the police and not afraid of the system. You look around now, there's young kids playing on the streets. It's the half-term holidays, and he's come around the corner, 3 tyres on it at the most, and you can see from it that he's been running on the rim straight into the wall. You know, God forbid if one of the kids had been in front of the wall, we'd be looking at fatal by now. So there's no deterrent for him, unfortunately. We'll try our best, but it's a bit of a losing battle.
I just saw a little baseball cap running down the street, and then I heard that car screech around the corner.
Stolen cars around here usually end up being torched, so no evidence is left for SOCO investigators to find.
SOCO, scenes of crime. Just come to fingerprint the car and things like that.
Any fingerprints found will help prove the youngster caught nearby was the one involved.
The problem is, because he was on the outside of the car, it can't prove that he was in there. But if we found something inside the car, which we have, the CD player, if his fingerprints are on that, we can prove he was inside the car and that he stole the CD player from another vehicle. So, 2 jobs.
They are scanned against the national database of fingerprints and see if it come back with a match. Fingerprints are more individual than DNA.
So it's a good job, really. Just one from the vehicle and he's been had, so at the minute everybody's happy apart from the fact the owner's had his car written off.
And the fact that this isn't the first time the boy has been caught driving, so it probably won't be the last.
But when you're seeing him in front of you for the 4th time as another disqualified driver, times 3, times 4, 13 years old, and then again he's received the same punishment for the same offence, I think the system's going wrong somewhere.
Whenever there's a report of a stolen car being sighted, traffic cops from miles around race to get there first, especially in places like Beverley, where they don't happen very often. PC Simon Carlisle and his sergeant, Rob Massingham, are responding to one from 15 miles away.
This is a grey Vauxhall Astra, Lima 481, Hotel Bravo Victor. We are responding from the Kent roundabout.
We responded, but more in hope and expectation, to be fair, with a view to getting into the area in case we needed to be used to deploy Stinger or just if the people needed a runner.
All cars and even the police chopper are getting in on the act.
It's a multi-role police vehicle, and that's what people have got to look at the helicopter as. Think of it as a police car responding, but it's just that it's in the air.
On the ground, the quickest route for Sergeant Massingham and PC Carlisle is across country.
We'd heard other patrols were covering the main roads, and really we thought, well, we'll cut across through a back road.
Their shortcut has paid dividends.
There it is.
The Astra drivers avoiding the main roads as well.
Was that it? Yes, definitely.
We couldn't believe our luck that we'd stumbled across it on a road where I never anticipated seeing it, to be honest.
Charlie Sierra 81, active message.
But there's a problem.
What's just gone?
A big problem.
I don't believe it. Yeah, the vehicle is into Leconfield on the back road from Cherry Burton into Leconfield. Over.
But the clutch is gone. I can't get after it.
Clutch had gone down, but it just wouldn't come back up. So the engine was revving madly, and we were going at about 5 miles an hour with the stolen car disappearing into the village. So to say I was frustrated would be putting it mildly.
Excuse the last caller, go ahead, please.
It's from Charlie Sierra 81. The vehicle is into Leconfield Village. Leconfield Village from the direction of Cherry Burton.
Is that it then?
Roger, Charlie Sierra 81, 12 patrol, this vehicle is now into Leconfield Village from the direction of Cherry Burton.
It's not every day we get a stolen motor vehicle coming towards us and we're in a position to actually be in the action, so we really wanted to get down there.
Yeah, unfortunately we've got some clutch problems. We're going to try and get up with the vehicle. We haven't got any equipment at the moment, although we have passed it.
It's Miles Lane, Leconfield.
It's Miles Lane, Leconfield.
I had a similar pursuit only a few months previously where a clutch had completely blown up on me. So all I could think of was a stick that I was about to get when I got back to the office.
The Volvo's PC Carlisle's. It's only done 14,000 miles and had one careful owner.
I think it was the excitement, and he was perhaps a little heavy-footed on the clutch. I've never had a clutch slipping like that.
The sergeant lives nearby, and he's got a drastic idea should all else fail.
We'll park in my house, I'll go in my private car.
Luckily, though, he's getting a helping hand from one of his neighbours.
It went that way.
Hotel 45, it's a grey box or Astra, email
It's in Catherine's Drive, it's gone round on us. I can't get reversed. This car's knackered.
I'll just ask her. Damn bloody car.
I can't believe that.
Bravo 93, Roger.
And she was gesticulating with her hand down the side street.
Catherine's Drive from a member of the public.
It'll go back towards Cherry Burton that way.
Possibly back towards Cherry Burton. Which way are you going to go?
I'm going to go back the way he's gone and just have a look through and mooch through St Catherine in case he's just tried to park it up.
The chopper's racing to the rescue to save the traffic cop's blushes.
Keep the commentary coming, we are a few minutes to it.
But it's some youngsters who've saved the day.
We went down this turning and there was this group of kids.
What?
And they just came up to us and said, "You're looking for 2 people who've got out of a car?" Yes, possibly. And they sort of described where the car was down there and said, "Well, that's them just walking up the footpath."
No, today we got them.
Tell the helicopter to watch him.
Yeah, Charlie Sierra 81, we've got the suspects.
I looked in the mirror and there was this lad arm in arm with a girl, sort of sauntering along the street very casually, wandering out of the area. Miraculously, we did get a gear. Reversed up.
Yeah, there you are, let's have a get out. Right, these two here.
Yeah.
Just have a word, fella. Just have a word, stay there. Stay there.
I think they were trying to brazen it out that there were some loving couple just out for a walk in the village.
You're under arrest on suspicion of theft of a motor vehicle.
Whoa.
You don't have to say anything, but it may harm the defence if we fail to mention now something later on in court. Put your hands on the roof, please. Just put your hands on the roof. Put your hands on the roof.
Just put your hands where we can see
On
them.
the roof,
Right,
please.
we'll explain to you what it's about. Yeah?
Okay.
Well, then that's just so. Have you got anything on you that you shouldn't have?
What is this all about?
It's about a stolen car, mate, all right?
No, yes, you do have a patrol car with to keep the airwaves clear, please, for them to update.
I was aware, just by his general demeanour and marks that I could see on him, that he was more than likely a drug addict.
Right, where are his sharps?
In this pocket.
Yeah.
Are they capped?
Yeah. I don't got a clue what you're on about.
I did actually recognise the driver and realised that he certainly wasn't from round there.
Doesn't matter what we're second there, isn't it?
Well, we'll be needing it.
Well, you'll get it with.
Ultimately, we've been all right with you, Chris, haven't we?
No, you haven't been all right.
We've told you the
You've
reason why you've
arrested
been
us for nothing.
Well,
I don't take some more.
I'm not going to discuss it anymore with you, mate, but ultimately I'm perfectly prepared to be all right with you.
Yeah, I am all right with you.
So you tell me what you've got on you and what sharps you've got.
Let me feel and I'll tell you. Yeah.
They go into this thing where it wasn't us. I don't know how you can say it, you know.
You've been seen leaving a stolen car in this area in the last few minutes, and that's why you're under arrest on suspicion of theft of that vehicle. Do you understand that?
They fitted the descriptions of the people that had been in the car. I'd seen them in the car when they went the other way, so it was cut and dried. No point entertaining any conversation then.
I'll take her to the police vehicle. Right, okay. Just going to get in the back of that police vehicle there, okay?
As well, Simon.
You soon realise that everyone's lying to you unless they can prove they're telling the truth. So it's if you take that approach, you can't go far wrong.
Just make sure they don't go anywhere.
The thing that had caught them out was the fact that these kids had done the public-spirited bit, and it tipped us off to the fact that they were the ones from the car.
We saw cop car sirens like coming down Miles Lane.
Yeah, we saw the riot van.
They
were proper racing around the corners, and we know who lives up there, so it was my auntie's road.
Yeah, they pulled into his auntie's drive, which would be a giveaway.
Right. Yeah, we just went up there, and then we saw him come in, and I was like, who's that? And then just clicked that the cops were coming, and then they've been acting real suspicious, and then suddenly changed the character real like casual. So then we just thought, oh, we must just tell the police if they've just missed something right under the noses, do you know what I mean?
Boys on bikes are the heroes of the day. Without them, the cops would have been left clutching at straws.
Normally it is kids giving us grief and shouting abuse and racing away on their bikes or mini motos or whatever, but this time they were spot on, absolutely fantastic.
Unlike the arrested man, who's no more Mr. Nice Guy.
I'm going to poison you, dog.
Can I get you in first?
I'll poison it, believe me.
I'll bite you before you
bite me. I'll poison you, dog.
In you go then, mate.
Hot wired.
Once again, the car's been all too easily started by bypassing the ignition.
You see vehicles with the wires all hanging down, that invariably is what they've done. They've removed the ignition part, the key part, out of the system and just used the wires to get it going.
And it's also full of nicked gear.
Red pedal cycle. Looks like it's a kid's of some sort.
Decent one,
yeah, it's reasonably decent.
There was a bike and tool sets, various other items that looked as if they would be the sort of thing that would be kept in a garden shed or something similar. Obviously our suspicions were raised and we believe that there would be stolen goods.
Some of the items, though, probably are the driver's.
He's drawn back with blood in. It's probably prepared to inject.
I suspect because of the fact that he knew the helicopter was buzzing around and the number of police vehicles that got into the area fairly quickly, that's why he's parked it up and tried to walk out.
When it's you that's actually got the capture and it's you that's locked them up, it's a good feeling, it's fantastic. Especially when there's so many of you after him.
In Grimsby, millions of pounds are being spent on new housing. But until they're demolished, the old homes lying empty have become a playground for bored kids on half-term holiday. Setting light to the derelict property is just one of the games they like to play.
You're looking at the burning of stolen vehicles, crashing them into people's properties, deliberate ignitions of houses, to attacking the fire crews that come to deal with it.
PC Alcock's job here is to protect the firefighters.
Normally they'll come out in a single unit and they'll be overrun quite quickly with kids turning the hoses off, stealing from the equipment from the vehicle, throwing wood, stones, breaking the windows and that sort of stuff.
By the front door.
Right.
It's probably safe to go in now if you want to have a look.
Yeah, if you're happy.
Yeah.
The fire is already out, but there might be some evidence to be found.
That's probably the source of ignition. Our lads have moved it because it was down here.
Right.
So they know what they're doing because they've set up like a natural chimney on the stairs.
They pushed a sofa under the stairwell leading up to the first floor. We set fire to that, and it's apparently caused a vacuum for the smoke to go away, which is more intense fire, which sets in rapidly.
It's got development potential.
Needs a bit of an over.
Just watch your footing, because they'll take up floorboards.
Holes in the floor aren't the only danger. Sometimes gas cylinders are thrown in as well.
And they've been setting up cylinders and bits and bobs like that. And obviously with the build-up of heat and the expansion, it's got real serious consequences.
And they take a lot of heat to expand and for the valve to go. But when they do go, it's a small bomb.
Despite the state of the place and the last occupants having long gone, the electric's still live.
That's the electric going off. Whoa! Look at that bastard going. They've drenched the floorboards upstairs with water, and that's obviously, whilst we're leaving, as the moisture's hit the electricity and it's sent arcs across the room. That was close, mate. And if we'd been in there, they'd have, I don't know what they'd have done to us. They might have killed us, they might have done anything, but lucky, really.
In Beverley, there's a place where confessions are good for the soul. It's not far from the historic Minster. It's called Beverley Police Station.
That's property that was taken off him at the time. There's a needle or bit capped.
The two suspected car thieves caught earlier in the day have been brought here to be processed. And that means poring over the evidence and religiously going through all the paperwork.
After the euphoria of the job and actually, catching the people in the act, the downside of it is then the hours of writing. It can become a long, drawn-out process. The last entry on his intelligence record is that they might be stripping down stolen cycles.
Rob looked up his intelligence report, and it seems he is a prolific offender in the Hull area.
The intelligence report really it was highlighting the fact that he, to a degree, is a one-man crime wave. That he is an active car criminal, and at that point was active in shed burglaries on a daily basis. And slightly more disturbingly, there were warning markers for firearms, suggesting that at some point he'd had links to firearms of some description.
When he appeared in court, the man was found guilty of aggravated vehicle taking and driving whilst disqualified. He was sentenced to 4 months in prison. The girl he was pretending to be out for a stroll with was not charged. The 14-year-old who nearly caused a rail disaster when he crashed on the tracks was banned from the front seat of any car for 3 years and sentenced to 10 months youth custody for driving dangerously. And the 13-year-old boy who stole and crashed the Nissan Micra in Grimsby received a 12-month supervision order and was banned from driving again for another year.
I'm sure when he returned home from court and was lying in bed, I bet he was in tears for having some more points and losing his driving licence that he didn't have.